So very good afternoon to all. Hope my voice is audible, right?
Yes, sir.
Okay, thank you. Share the screen. Okay. I hope the screen is also visible to you all. So this is the revision class of DEDLAM 06 content development of PGDADLM. Okay. So today I will be just revising through all the 4 units of this paper, and also I will be covering the practical aspect of Drupal and WordPress as well as with HTML markup languages also. Okay. So So first we will start with what is content development. Okay. So basically content development is nothing but the process of creating, planning and producing and managing the various purposes through various platforms. Okay. We develop the content, we create the content. Okay. And we manage the content, and we need also to how to market it, how the content has to be delivered to the targeted audience. Okay. So basically what is content? Content can include the form the form of images, videos, audio, as well as it can have some interactive elements also, which will able to convey some information to the audience. So basically, this content development is a crucial aspect of marketing, education, training, and communication strategies across different industries. So in unit one, we will be seeing about the introduction to content management. Introduction to content management. What are the content management systems and content creation strategy and their tools? And in unit two, we'll be seeing about the types of learning, advantages and disadvantages of e-learning, and various e-learning platforms. In unit three, we'll be seeing about the web-based technology, how to design a web, what are the different markup languages, scripting languages, okay, cascading style sheet, web blogs, and websites. Also with it, we'll be seeing what are the emerging Web 2.0 tools, social bookmarking tools, and reference management tools also. In Unit 4, we'll be seeing about the multimedia technology, how the YouTube, NPTEL, and Flickr can be used in the concept of content development, and the various virtual interaction tools. Okay, Skype, Meebo, Google Talk, audio visual conferencing, and Web 3.0 tools, including semantic web, cloud computing, neural networks, and artificial intelligence. So before going into this content development, so basically, how do we create the content? What is content? So when you're concentrating more on the content development, content process, we need to understand what is data and what is information. So data is nothing but raw or the unorganized facts and figures without context or any meaning. Okay. So the data is nothing but which is unprocessed information. When we don't have any content from the content is called as the data. We have unorganized or raw information. Data is unprocessed and lacks interpretation. So when we process the data, then only we can be able to find some information. Typically stored in the form of numbers, text, or symbols in databases or files. So what are the key characteristics of data? It requires processing to gain the significance, often quantitative and qualitative, forms the foundation of the information. And what is information? So when you process the data, okay, when you analyze the data, then we can able to find some information. Information is processed data that can be that has been organized and contextualized to provide some meaning. So data it does not provide any meaning, but information it provides some meaning. So information is structured and interpretable. It is presented in reports, tables, charts, or text. The key characteristics of information are derived from data by analysis or interpretation. It is useful for decision making. It also answers some questions like how, what, who, when, and where. So, what is basically a content? Content is nothing but which has a format and which has a structure. Okay. So, what is content actually is? So, content is nothing but it is an information that has been curated, formatted, and packaged for specific purpose and audience. Okay. So, we create content for particular audience and for particular purpose. So, this PPT is also a form of a content where this text, this images, this tutorials has been created for students for delivering the academic lectures. Okay. So, this is actually a content. So, what is its nature? Content goes beyond raw data and organized information to deliver the value in a way that it is engaging, and actionable. And also, it format includes blogs, videos, tutorials, marketing campaigns, etc. So, content can be in the form of different ways. Okay, it can be form of text, it can be form of images, and also it could include blogs, also video tutorials, marketing campaigns, etc. So, what are the key characteristics of the content? It combines data as well as information with creativity and storytelling. Okay, we have a certain work process, workflow process. Okay, so it creates a continued creativity and also it's a storytelling process. It is geared towards engagement and interaction and delivered through specific mediums like websites, apps, or print. Okay, how do we deliver the content? We can deliver the content with applications into a form of websites and also in print medium as well. So, what is a content management? A content management refers to the process of creating, organizing, storing, and managing digital content in a systematic and efficient manner. So, in content management deals nothing but it is able to create the content, how we are going to organize the content, how we are going to store, and how we are going to manage the entire content, the created content, in the form of systematic and efficient manner. So this content can include text, images, videos, documents, and other type of information that is relevant to an organization or an individual. So we have seen the different form of content. The content can include text, images, videos, and documents also. A content management system is often used to facilitate the content management. How do you process the content? How do you manage the content? So we use a content management system, which is called CMS. So CMS platform provide tools and features that allow users to easily create, edit, and publish the content without requiring extensive technical knowledge. Okay, so for creating the content, for editing it, for publishing it, we does not require a technical knowledge. Instead, a basic knowledge is required for creating, editing, and publishing the content using a content management platform or content management system. They typically offer features like version control, workflow management, and collaboration tools to streamline the content creation and publishing process. So version control is nothing but the different versions of the content, the document. Okay, so once you create a content, you make some edition, some updation. It will be a second version of the original content. Workflow management. What is the process? When the content is to be created, when it's to be managed, when it's to be updated. So those is a workflow management. Collaboration tools. So you need whether you need to collaborate with others to engage the content, to manage the content, to make it update of the content. So all this can be streamlined using this content management system. The primary goal of the content management include ensuring that content is accurate, up to date, and easily accessible to the intended audience. So what is the primary goal of a content management? The content should be accurate to the audience and it should be up to date and it should be easily accessible from the audience. It also involves maintaining consistency in branding and messaging across different channels. So if you use different channels for delivering the content, the consistency should be followed. Content management is crucial for websites, intranet blogs, and various digital platforms to effectively communicate information and engage with. So the content management life cycle or the process. So basically, there are multiple steps in creating a content management. First is create content. You have to first create the content. The process of generating new or the relevant content. So we are going to create a new content or we are to create a relevant content will
Sir, your
be
voice is breaking, sir.
created. This content creation and then content organization. So structuring and categorizing content coherent manner. We have to structure the content in a proper hierarchical manner. Content storage, where we are going to store it, so the content. Managing the storage and retrieval. Is it clear now?
Yes, sir.
Can you hear me to hear my voice?
Yes, sir.
Can you able to hear my voice now?
No, sir. Still breaking, sir.
Is it audible?
Yes, sir.
Clear now?
Yes,
Okay.
sir.
So your voice is breaking.
Now is it clear? Now my
Yes,
voice
sir.
is clear.
Now as
Is it
your
audible?
voice is coming. Yes, sir.
Okay,
It
okay,
is audible now.
okay, okay. Okay. So these are the content management life cycle or the process for developing a content. Okay. So first is content creation. So first is content creation, the process of generating new and relevant content. Okay. And then content organization, how you organize the content in a structural and logical and coherent manner. And then where do you store the content and for easy retrieval process. Content storage, managing the storage and retrieval of digital asset. And then content workflow, defining the process and workflows for content creation, review, approval, and publication. And then version control for keeping track of various versions of your content. And collaboration, facilitating collaboration among team members involved in content creation. So who are the team members who are involved in content creation of the content, how to manage the content, how to publish the content. So all this collaboration will be in this step. Access control, managing the permission and access levels to control who can create, edit, publish or delete the content. So giving various authority, okay, giving various permissions for the users who can able to create the content, who can able to modify the content, who can able to publish or delete the content. Publishing and distribution, the process of making content available to the intended audience. So once all your content is ready, it is ready for publishing, then you can be able to publish the content for your audience. Analytics and performance monitoring, monitoring and analyzing the performance of content to gain insights into its effectiveness. Okay, so you need to monitor the content after it's publishing. Who are the users? How is the traffic? What are the content they are viewing? What are the content they are not viewing? So that you can be able to make regular updates of your content. Archiving and retention,
Excuse me, sir.
establishing policies. Yes,
Sir, your PPT is not visible to us, sir.
but I'm sharing it is showing us you're sharing a window. Okay, we'll share it again. Now you can see the screen,
Yes,
PPT
sir.
screen.
Yes, sir.
Okay.
Yes, sir.
So analytics and performance monitoring, and then archiving and retention, establishing policies and procedures for archiving and retaining the content, especially in compliance with legal and regulatory equipment. So we are going to define some content, create some content, making it to publicly available to the various audience. We need to define some legal policies. Okay. So these things are the content management lifecycle or the process. So we'll see that in detail. So content creation and editing. Okay. So users can able to create, edit, and format the content using a user-friendly interface similar to a word processor. Okay. So in our practical class, we have seen the working of WordPress and Drupal also. So where we can able to create the content, edit the content, and we can able to format the entire content, which is available in a user-friendly interface. And then content organization, where we are going to organize the content in a coherent and logical manner for easy navigation and retrieval. User management, different levels of access and permissions can be assigned to users, allowing for collaborative content creation and management. Okay, so which level of managers are accessible to the which level of the content? Okay, whether we are going to give full level access, whether we are going to give partial level of access, all this will be managed in this user management. Version control. So version control is something, but CMS offers provides version capabilities, allowing users to keep track of the changes made the content over time, and revert to previous version if needed. Okay, if you have multiple versions of your content, if you are going to modify some content, in that case, you can able to move back to the previous content, or you can able to have a different version content, which will be easy for you to easily navigate to the other versions also. Publishing content can be easily published or unpublished based upon predefined schedules or users discretion. Okay, so when you're going to create the content, it is you are going to take the call whether the content is to be published or it is going to be published in a different predefined schedules. Template based designs. Many content management systems use templates or themes to control the appearance of the websites, providing users with the ability to change the look and feel without affecting the underlying content. Okay, so some of the content management softwares like Drupal, WordPress, which we have practiced, we can able to change the appearance using the themes. Okay, so we can able to change the themes without affecting the actual content. Plugins and extensions also can be enabled. Okay, so in such enabled such as e-commerce capabilities, search engine optimization tools, and we can able to integrate that with the third-party application as well. Search engine optimization friendly. Good CMS platforms are designed with the search engine optimization in mind, making it easier to optimize content for better visibility on search engines. So search engine optimization is nothing but when you're going to search for some content in Google or some of the search engine, then it will be easily available in the search results. So popular CMS platform include WordPress, Joomla, Drupal. All these things are the popular content management systems. So the history of content management software. So basically, this content management system was developed from the year 1990, where it was started with manual HTML coding. Okay, and then the computer graphics initiative scripts and server-side solutions has been developed with the help of cascading style sheets and PHP and Perl programming languages. And then the rise of open source content management system early in the 2000. So when this was developed with the help of Drupal in the year 2001 and with the help of Joomla, which was developed from Mambo in the 2005, these platforms help users to create and manage the content which was enabled in the web-based interfaces. Okay, so there will be a client-side scripting and there will be a server-side scripting where client-side can be able to make all the changes would be available on the server side. In server side also, you can able to have some scripting technologies which the user interface can be changed. WordPress dominance. WordPress originally developed in the year 2003, which is also used as a blogging platform, and then it was fully fledged into a content management systems. Specialized content management system. So earlier content management system like WordPress and Joomla was completely a single type, and then specialized CMS, which was developed for e-commerce platforms and Moodle. All this for specialized content management system consenting only for single domain. And then the cloud-based CMS, which was developed in the year 2010s, which, for example, the platforms like WordPress.com, Squarespace, Wix, they can able to manage the web browsers without the need for able to hosting in a cloud without hosting in a local server. Okay, you can able to install that in a cloud platform itself, and you can able to manage it without being installed in your local desktop or local hardware. Headless CMS. In recent years, CMS architecture have gained popularity. These separate system, content management system, backend from the front-end presentation layer, allowing for greater flexibility in content delivery across various devices and platforms. Okay, so headless CMS is nothing but where you have a different front-end and a different backend. So this separates the backend from the front-end presentation layer. So whatever changes you are going to make in this client-side scripting will be available in the server-side scripting when you refresh the page or you reload the page. Okay, so this is headless content management system, which was started from the year 2010 and which is available in the current years also. So what are the different types of CMS? So CMS can be differentiated based upon its architecture, functionality, and how they are being used in the system. One is traditional CMS. So traditional CMS, which handles both the content management and the content presentation. So we are going to create the content, edit the content, update the content, and also we need to manage the presentation of the content also in a single platform. This is more important. In a single platform, it is being done. So all the creation, edition, updation, management, update, everything is being done in a single platform. For example, WordPress, Joomla, and Drupal. So this is an example of a traditional CMS. Whereas in headless CMS, as I mentioned earlier, there is a different front end and a different backend. Okay. So the headless CMS separates the content management backend from the front end presentation layer. Content is stored in a backend database or repository and is accessed via API, Applet Programming Interface, which allows it to deliver to various front-end platforms such as websites, mobile apps, or IoT devices. So the backend of the application will be available in a cloud-based database, cloud server, or local server. but the front end can be accessed using a API, okay, such as websites or mobile apps. It offers greater flexibility and scalability. Some of the examples of Kentigo content strappy and contentful. Decoupled CMS, it is similar to headless CMS. So the decoupled CMS separates the backend and the front end, but still provides some control over the presentation layer. So similar to the headless content management system, this decoupled CMS also is similar, but whereas it separates the backend from the front end, but also it has some control over the presentation layer. So some of the examples like Drupal, Adobe Experience Manager as well. Enterprise CMS, it is designed for large organizations with complex content management needs, including workflow management, document management, and collaboration features. So some of the institutions, some of the colleges, or some of the organizations will have a complex content management needs where they will have audio files, video files, text files. So all this content has to be available to the targeted audience. So in that case, we can use an enterprise content management system. Often it integrates with other enterprise systems such as digital assets management. So when you're going to have a digital component in your thing, then you can use integrate with this digital assets management in your content management system. So these are examples of the enterprise CMS, enterprise content management system. And then component content management system, which focuses on managing the granular component content such chunks rather than entire document or pages, which is often used in technical documentation, e-learning, and product catalogs where content reuse and version controls are critical. So when you're going to have some of the e-learning content, we are going to have some product catalogs, technical documentation. In that case, you can have the component content management system. Web experience management, it emphasizes personalized user experiences, targeting, and optimization. It integrates the content management with digital marketing tools for A/B testing, analytics, and targeting. Some of the examples as Adobe Experience Manager, AP Server. So here it is emphasized only for certain targeted audience, okay, certain experiences audience, and then for we can able to optimize the content in a regular manner. Blog CMS, which is specialized CMS platform focused on creating and managing the blogs, where we can able to create the blogs and we can able to manage the blog. This includes features such as post scheduling, commenting system, and RSS feed management, where we can able to schedule the post. Okay, when you want to post, whether we want to publish the post in a future days, in the evening, in the morning, next day morning, then like that we can able to schedule the post, and also we can able to enable the commenting system for the blogs, and also it helps in the RSS feed management also. Some of the examples like WordPress content management system. And next comes the how we are going to create the content. Okay, so what are the different content creation strategy? How we are going to market the content? Okay, how we are making it to available to the audience? That is content marketing strategy. And what are the various content marketing tools? How with what are the tools with and what are the tools we are able to going to distribute the content whatever we have created to the targeted audience. So content creation strategy is nothing but it focuses on planning, producing, and delivering high quality, engaging, and audience relevant content to meet the objectives. So we must be having certain objectives for the created content, whether all these objectives has been fulfilled, whether it has been reached to the targeted audience. So these are we'll be dealing with the content creation strategy. And in content marketing strategy, it involves promoting the content through targeted channels to attract, engage, and retain clearly defined audience and driving profitable actions. In content marketing strategy, it will be enable efficient content management, distribution, and performance tracking, which also ensures alignment with the marketing goals. Whether we have fulfilled all our marketing goals or not will be dealt by a content marketing tools. So in content creation strategy, it is a plan or framework that guides the creation, publication, and management of the content. Just so this is the nothing but it guides the creation, publication, and management of the content to achieve its specific goals. It involves the target audience, determining the type of content to create, establish the tone and style, and defining the channels and plans for distribution. Okay, so here we need to identify the targeted audience. Who are our audience? What are the type of audience? Okay, so before creating the content, we should understand the target audience. Okay, so based upon the audience, the type of content, how you are going to present the content, all these things will differ. Okay, so first we should understand the audience. Who are our audience identification. Who is your target audience? Who are they? What are their demographic characteristics, preferences, challenges, or problems they face? And then create personas, develop detailed profiles of your ideal customers or audience segments based on research and insights. So before creating the content, we should do some kind of research or strategy where we can able to find the targeted audience. Then the second point is goal setting. We have to set certain goals. Okay. Define the clear and measurable goals for a content strategy. We need to ensure the brand awareness, driving website traffic, generating leads, improving engagement, or certain kind of goal setting. Okay. And we should also ensure that your goals align with your overall business objectives and realistic and achievable with your resources. So whatever goals we are going to set, it should be fulfilling the overall objectives of the created content. How do we plan the content? Create content planning. Sorry for the delay. Um, Okay, so for planning the content, we should identify the type of the content which resonates your target audience. This may include the blog posts, articles, videos, and infographic, podcasts, case studies, and white paper. So we can also develop an editorial calendar for or the content calendar, how to plan the content, what to organize your content. So we can define some 10 calendars to planning the content. Keyword research and search engine optimization. We need to conduct a keyword and research to identify relevant topics, keywords, who our target audience is searching for. We can also optimize your content for search engines for incorporating targeted keywords, which naturally your content will be using. And we can also optimize some meta tags and descriptions for ensuring the search engine optimization can able to catch your content, whatever you're going to create. And content creation, we need to produce high quality, valuable content that educates, entertains, and solve problems for your audience, which also should maintain a proper consistency in voice, tone, and branding across all the content channels. Okay, we should ensure that all the content is in proper voice and tone. We should also consider incorporating the multimedia elements such as images, videos, and infographics to enhance the engagement. And content distribution, we need to identify the most effective channels, how to distribute our content, in which mode we can able to deliver our content. The most effective channels and platforms for distributing your content based on where your audience is active and engaged. This may include your websites, blogs, and social media platforms, email newsletter, guest blogging, industry forums, etc. So we need to find each platform or the audience, optimizing the formats, messaging, and timing for the maximum impact. So if we need to have a maximum impact for the content, whatever we created, we should also follow these guidelines. How to promote and develop the content for promotion strategy to increase the reach and visibility of your content. We need to have content which is on social media, leveraging influencer partnerships, guest posting on relevant sites, email marketing, paid advertisement, and search engine optimization. And measurement and analysis, we should need to track the key performance indicator. What are the content which is more engaging for the audience? Okay, to evaluate the success of your content strategy. This may include measuring metrics such as website traffic, engagement metrics, conversion rates, leads generator, and ROI. So we also you need to use some of the analytics tools, okay, to find the insights on audience behavior, content performance, and areas for improvement. Adjust our content strategy based on the data-driven insights to optimize the results over time. So we need to analyze all these results. Which content is being influenced by the users for? Okay, what is the content they prefer more? Okay, which content they like more? So all these content, the traffic, website traffic, everything we should analyze, which we can able to have a data-driven insights to improve our optimize or the improve our results over time. Okay, so next is how do we market our content? So we have created our content and how we need to market our content. So content strategy is nothing but we should first define the target audience or the buyer personas, set clear goals and objectives for your content marketing efforts. We need to understand the keyword research and identify the topic of interest and for optimization of the search engine optimization. For marketing of the content, we need to identify these topics, okay, and determine the type of content we will be able to create and establish a content calendar to plan, organize the content where we can able to schedule the content. So some of the applications like Google Keyword Planner, BuzzSumo, Co-Schedule, all these things we can able to market our content. Content creation, where we can able to create high quality, valuable content that addresses the needs and interest of your target audience. Maintain consistency in voice, tone, and branding for across all platforms, where we can able to incorporate the multimedia elements such as images, videos, and infographics. Content distribution, identify the most effective channels and platforms for distributing your content. We need to tailor our content to each platforms and audience, schedule and automate content distribution to maintain consistency. So we need to distribute properly our content also. How do we promote and make amplification? We need to create different promotion strategy where we can able to reach the targeted audience, share content on social media platform, industry forums, and relevant online communities, and collaborate with influencers also. Measurement analysis, as we seen earlier, we need to keep track of the key performance indicator, website traffic, everything we need to understand. And it will be easy to understand the audience behavior and the content performance. Content optimization, we need to optimize the content where we can able to find some data-driven insights and feedbacks. Content repurposing. So repurposing is nothing but where we are going to revise the existing content, repurpose existing content into different formats. Okay. So already created content, we are going to revise the existing content. Is called as repurposing. Turn the blogs into videos, podcasts, or infographics. Use experts from long form content as social media posts or email newsletters. Okay. So these are the ways by which we can able to market our content. These are the content marketing strategies. And what are the different content marketing tools? So different content marketing tools or applications are available for which we can able to market our content. So here are some of the examples for content ideation to create some ideas based upon your content and to make research. We can use these applications. And for content creation, we can use Canva, Grammarly, Hemingway Editor for creating the content. How do we plan the content and how we manage the content? We can use Co-Schedule to manage or plan your content based upon your calendar, Trello, Asana. Content distribution, how do you distribute the content? Buffer, Hootsuite, and Mailchimp. Content analytics to analyze the key performance indicator, website traffic, everything. We can use Google Analytics, Adobe Analytics, and more. How do we optimize the content? Optimizely, Google Optimize, and Visual Website Optimization. And then content collaboration and workflow. We need to collaborate with others peers to make the content more engaging to the audience. So we can use Google Drive, Dropbox, or Slack. And content repurposing, repurpose.io, Snapper, and Wave.video. Okay, so these are the things which is in the first unit. The first unit deals with how you manage the content, how the content has to be created, how is to be managed, how the workflow is, how do we distribute to the audience, what are the different marketing strategy, what are the different marketing tools, and what are the content management lifecycle of the process. Okay, so the second thing will be second unit is about e-learning. So unit 2 is about e-learning. So in this unit, we will be seeing about how the e-learning is developed in today's environment, the evolution of environmental learning, electronic learning, what is e-learning, what are the characteristics of e-learning, okay, and various aspects of e-learning. So e-learning is nothing about, it is a shorter form of electronic learning, which refers to the use of electronic technologies, particularly the internet, to facilitate the learning outside of traditional classroom settings. It encompasses a wide range of educational activities conducted online, including online courses, virtual classrooms, digital resources, and interactive learning modules. So, what are the different characteristics of early e-learning? It is learner-centric learning, lifelong learning, flexible learning, social, involves learning objects, personalized, and involves effective communication. It is a lifelong learning, okay, and it is also no need of a physical space. Okay, since e-learning, electronic learning, it can be of flexible learning, social learning. It involves various learning objects. So how this learning has been evolved over these years in predefined pre-digital era. Okay, just I'll be connecting after half an hour. Okay, just got an important call from a hospital, so I'll be leaving now. I'll just connect to this session in half an hour. Okay, I'll just put a message in the group so that you can also connect. I'll just pause the session and okay, I will stop the recording and I will leave the session now and I will reconnect with you in another half an hour. Okay.
Sure, sir.